Hi everyone, this is a continuation of the lesson 5, how to create a multi-body part in SolidWorks using the split command. I had created for you a shape with using a key fob as the idea, and there was a little bit missing in the beginning of the video which I'd forgotten to record, so I'm just going to recap what I think that was about. If there's anything missing, let me know and I will try and address it. So here's I'm just going to open that primary file. I'm calling it primary just because these other two files are derived from it. Just to recall quickly that you could just put this back down to what it was, and it was 22, that you could quickly drive changes using the dimensions you'd put in here. And I'm going to open just one of these other files. And then a quick point, I think it was that you can tile your windows, and maybe something I didn't highlight, that you can hide your feature tree by clicking this little radio button. Okay, I'm going to hide this one just to give you more sort of visual area, and then quickly change this one. The opening of the key holder or the key ring opening. Once I say that and I just click in here, it'll update and you see it's done the change. So the only sort of important point about that is that none of the changes that you make in this file will affect the primary file, but anything that you change in the primary file will affect both the changes in here and in the other one. I'm not going to open it, but then you wouldn't have to update one file and then another file and try and remember what those different dimensions were. You simply did it through this multi-part body and whatever you've done in here. And that was it. I will then splice this together with the rest of the video and post it. Let's just maximize these two. In fact, I'm going to create a new part. And I'm going to just quickly see if I can close that one. Okay. Alright, so a great thing about SolidWorks here is that you can tile your windows. I don't know if you're aware of that yet. You can tile as many as you want, and you can delete some. So instead of reconstructing any of the stuff that I have in here in this new file, I'm just going to drag the sketches I want across. I want that one, and I want that one, and I'm not sure if I want any others. Oh yes, I will need that one. Okay, so there we go. There are those three sketches. They aren't in place, but they're available to use. I don't have to go and copy them now. Okay, so a neat trick in SolidWorks. I'm going to close this file. Now let's just minimize it, maximize that one. That's my top one, which is, let's just make sure which plane it is in. So I'm going to quickly make these three planes visible. There they are. Okay, so my sketch number one is on my front plane. I don't want that. I want it to be on my top plane. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to right click on the sketch and say edit sketch plane, and then it says front plane, but I'm going to select on the HUD or the pop-up one here, the top plane. That's the one I want it on. So it's dropped it into the top plane. There we go. Okay, and this sketch is this should be on my front plane. Which it appears to be. Is that right? Yes. Okay, so that one's cool, and this one here needs to be on my right plane. I'm going to right click it, go to edit sketch plane, make sure this drop down appears, click on right plane, say done. There we go. So we've got the same set of sketches in the same relationship as my other one. I want these to go away, so let's just hide them. I'm going to edit the sketch. Wrong button. Okay, I just want to, I'm not even going to offset, I'm just going to create something a little bit larger. So 410, yeah, that's good enough. And let's make that 325. Okay, it's not fully defined because I need to introduce some things, but in the service of getting things done, I'm going to ignore that for now. Right, and okay, that's the only one I need to change. So I'm going to edit the sketch again. I should have done this first time around. I'm going to close this off with a line so that it's right, what did I want that to be? About 65, I think. Can I find 65? Good enough for now. Then I'm going to go back into the sketch. I should know. Right, I'm going to create a sketch on here. I could have actually gone into the sketch and used an offset curve, but I'm going to instead just create a sketch on here in the interest of time. Offset that inwards by, say, 5 millimeters. Select chain at the top. Make sure it clicks on the inside. Say OK. Okay, then I want that one. Oh, alright, actually change the sketch because I edited the sketch, it seems. Let's go in here. Yes, indeed. Okay, so a little bit of a mistake on my part, never mind. I just edit the feature and I say, no, I don't just want that little bit. I want this other bit as well. So it's that bit and this bit. Right, so then I'm going to select the sketch. Say extrude cut. And I'm going to select, make sure that selected contours on the left hand side is selected. Unselect that bit. Select the inside bit and then say I want it to go down, what was it, 46 millimeters, something like that. Let's make it 45. Doesn't matter for this exercise. Oh, okay, right. So that sketch was not exactly what we wanted. Let's just delete that. No. I think I just have to trim. I hope this is going to work. Fingers crossed. Yes, great. Okay. All right, so there we go. I've actually trimmed away, leaving this thin wall. So all I need to do now is introduce a very large radius in here, which will make, what, 40 millimeters, 42, 43, something like that. And then I'm going to use this sketch. Oops. Oh, you gotta watch out when you do this power trim command. It seems to stay active while this dialog box is in place, and then it cuts all sorts of other stuff out for you. You see that? It's still going, and I'm not clicking my mouse, but I'm going to click again, and it's shot right through here. Okay, so a little bit of weird behavior. That's not me. That I promise you. That's actually the program. Okay, I'm going to leave it undefined for now because I just want to use, I want to use this and that to go into this plane here. So in fact, I should go back to this cut extrude. I'm going to reduce that because it's too large. There we go. Okay, so you can see now my sketch is interfering with that piece at the bottom. So I'm going to get that sketch. I need to edit the sketch as well with the same sort of idea. In fact, I just need to chop it off. Okay, let's hope that's good enough. Yeah, that looks alright. Alright, so now I should be able to use, this is a closed sketch, which is important for what I'm going to do now. I'm just going to say under the features command, swept boss, so I'm going to use this closed sketch. You have to have a closed sketch, and then you have to have a profile. So I'm going to use, in the second bar, I'm going to use that one there, and it's done it, alright? And that's actually now merged into one thing. It's made a mistake at the bottom, but that I kind of want that because I want to show you a neat little trick with that. And then I'm just going to introduce into this piece here a fillet, which we can make as large as we desire or can make it do it. All right, and so that's the simplified version of the seat. You can see it's not as sophisticated as the other one, but it's pretty neat. So you can get away with the solids modeling thing. As to this thing here, here's a very, very, very nice command under surfaces, which are things that you guys really need to get to grips with. Is this command here, which is delete face. I in fact have it. No, not in here. I think I have it in. No, okay. In one of I actually, this is an old version of my selected commands. In one of them I have delete face in this one because I use it so much. So if you select delete face, you can delete the faces that you don't want. So I'm going to select them first, and then try and select, sorry, this is fiddly, this shouldn't be, there you go. Okay, now we're on our way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Choose that one. This one. Now we've just got to carefully come in here, catch it by surprise. Gotcha. Okay, it should now delete and patch. There we go. Okay, so I've now created a completely clean surface and deleted that horrible little sticky outy thing, and I'm not going to carry on with the rest, but obviously you can add in your radiuses or your fillets and your variable fillets. Anyone, any questions about that? Happy with it? Morendini, pleased to see you. Okay, so yeah, I see what you're saying, Gabriel, about this stool. We can do that. That's quite easy. Right, so I need to know, do you guys have any questions? You're all happy. Are you happy with the way that, are you happy with access to the YouTube files? Is that helping you? Is it easier to do things like watching the stuff afterwards than watching it while we do it?
The YouTube stuff is super duper helpful.
Okay, great. All right. So then I think maybe we can try and make these sessions shorter, and I'll try and construct, you know, if you guys got ideas, I'll try and construct YouTube videos which show you how to do things, and then we can spend maybe less time showing you these things, what happens here, and then you can just come with questions afterwards.
That makes sense. So you see the message I sent in like the picture?
This one,
Isn't exactly
the one with the stools with the threaded.
like this? Yeah.
Yeah. No, so that's the one I will. Yeah.
Perfect. So because I'm not exactly sure how to make kind of the legs that like kind of taper in.
Tap in. Oh, okay, that's not difficult. Yeah, that's it's something called weldments. We can go through it. Weldments, yeah. Okay. So, well, there's different ways of doing it, but those are going to be tubular, aren't they? Let me see if I can share that. Are you guys seeing this? Let me see if I can share that.
We can see the SolidWorks seat. Although everyone should have the picture.
Everyone's got a picture, but I'll just put it on here if I can share. Alright, so it's that one there, huh? That's what you're looking at. Right, so these legs here that you're looking at should be tubular and then would be welded into place on that piece. Yeah, that's not difficult at all because they cut off at a 90-degree angle, and those little feet are added in afterwards. Okay, we can deal with that. So you want to look at weldments, and then you want to look at how to make sure that when you drag the stool up, so if the base is fixed, if you drag the stool up, it won't extend, it won't go beyond limits that you've set for it. And you can even get it to rotate if you want to. Cool. Okay.
So could we like kind of make a goal of it that at the end we kind of have an animation of the stool seat lifting up?
Okay, animation is one thing that I can have a look at animation, but I can show you how to do it so that on screen you can lift it up and you can watch it twist and like reach its limits, lower and upper limits. That's easy for me. I know all of that stuff. The animation bit I'll have to look. That's something I've never tackled in this thing. So, but I'll look at it. I'll see if I can figure it out quickly enough. I'll do something for you. All right. So, there's the other question. I'm just going to shut this down quickly. The other question I wanted to ask you. I did have a look at modeling in Rhino, and I can get this stool done in Rhino using sub-D surfaces. My concern is that if I show you, there's an enormous amount to learn in it. So the question is, would you find it useful or not? No one? Or
I'm
don't
not
you
sure
know?
if like personally I'm not using Rhino, but I don't. Maybe other people are. I'm not sure. For me, I don't use it.
Okay, now all right. So I kind of think it might be a waste of time, although it's immensely when it comes to this sort of organic modeling thing, it's staggeringly good. It's really amazing. So it's something that you should at some stage start learning. So it might just be useful to know that you can do what you can do, but I wouldn't use it. So maybe I'll make a video. I will post it. My advice is don't start learning how to use it for any project that you're busy with now. Maybe later on, if you've got some sort of organic modeling thing we can do, we can get to the grips with the basics of it, and we can bring it into SolidWorks and do additional modeling from there. How does that sound?
It could be like a cool exercise using kind of both.
Yeah, well, that would be the point. Is we do the basic modeling, the very organic stuff, which is very free form, doesn't need sketches, doesn't need anything like this. It's totally free form. You bring it into SolidWorks and then yeah.
Sorry. What's really cool is having the exercises that kind of relate to the project we're doing.
Okay.
It kind of makes it like really nice to have, like for example, in practice we're doing research on stools and ideation and concept development, and then in engineering we're learning exactly how to model that.
Okay, you need to tackle your product design lecture and say they must then relate to me, because unfortunately I've got a program I have to follow. I have to have taught you certain things by the end of my 6 or 5 month period. I'm only here for 5 months. I don't know if I'll be with you for the whole year. I'm short term. So I'm on sort of a contractual basis to teach you certain things. If I can fit other things in, I will, and I do, because these things are essential. But I'm just saying, if you want to, I need you guys to drive a little bit of it. Go to the, or let me know what you're doing, and let me see if I can find a way to integrate what I have to teach you with what you have to do for the other projects.
Perfect, thank you.
Okay, all right. Okay, I'm going to say goodbye then, and we'll see you next week. And I will then ask you to start doing an exercise for next week based on what we've done in the first session today.